Good morning, my name is Donald. I'm a brand ambassador here at Bozard Lincoln. Today we have a 2026 Nautilus in the Black Label trim level. The color you see is going to be Chroma Caviar. That is a Black Label exclusive color with the Jet Appearance package, which as you see gives you these unique wheels, as well as a lot of trim pieces are going to be black rather than chrome. Once you get to a Reserve or a Black Label trim level, the light bar goes all the way across and the Lincoln Continental Star also lights up. So we'll take a look at the interior here. You have your driver and passenger seat. Seat controls are going to be down here at the bottom. What's cool when you get to the Black Label trim, these seats do move 24 positions, as well as equipped with massage. And a highlight of the Nautilus is going to be the room in the second row. So out of all Lincoln models, Nautilus is going to have the most leg room in the second row. And these seats, rather than being stationary, you can adjust them. It's a 60-40 split, as well as recline or fold down. You have a hands-free liftgate. So plenty of room in the back, golf clubs. Here in St. Augustine, we got a lot of customers that love golf, and you could also release the second row from the back. And you have that 60-40, so however which way you want to make room, you can do it as you please. Underneath here, you got a spare tire, as well as some other cavernous options if you want more storage. So here in the second row in the Nautilus, not only do you get the space that you need, you do have two USB-C chargers on the back of each seat. That is standard in the Nautilus. You also have the options for heated seats in the second row. That's going to be on the higher trim levels like a loaded Reserve or Black Label. If you want to have some drinks, you do have the option for the cup holder. And as you're sitting, I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but got plenty of leg room. I can adjust my seat how I need. A little bit of recline there. And if we're going to have the cargo space loaded up, I can adjust these seats and still have plenty of leg room how I like it. The upgraded sound system, you get this aluminum brushed sound system here. This is Revel Ultimate Audio. It's Harman & Kardon's Elite line. You get that in the front and as well as the second row. So as you're sitting in the driver's seat in the Nautilus, first thing you'll notice is this 48-inch display here. The software on the Nautilus is Lincoln's new digital experience. It is powered by Google. So you'll notice you have Google Maps that's integrated into the Nautilus. You also have Google Voice Command, which can control AC functions, heated and cooled seats, fan speed. You can have it change your music stations however you like. So turn on driver heated seats. It's a cold morning, so temperature, fan speed, it's really cool. You'll notice on the screen here, your home screen is going to have Google Maps, music, your phone option. But if you go into driver settings, some cool new features on the Nautilus. One is going to be digital scent. That is a built-in air freshener into the vehicle. It is loaded right here with the cartridges. And as you place them in, you just pick whichever one you want to use. And it'll go ahead and start dispensing it. If you want to customize the screen, you'll see a button here. You can display out of these preset options whatever you want on the screen. So if you just want one, maybe you just want the weather, fuel economy, tire pressure. And what's really cool, you can take it a step further, and under theme selection, you can change the entire background. What I have a lot of my clients do, they'll get their screen how they like it, and you'll notice this is ambient lighting. So they'll go through in the settings and they'll match the lighting to how they like the screen. All right, let's take it for a ride. So as we're taking this Nautilus for a drive, I do have two touchpads on the steering wheel. So if I want to change music controls, volume up and down, voice command, I never have to look down at my steering wheel. It is in line of view as I'm driving. You also have your cruise control settings here. So the Nautilus is equipped with the newest software, Blue Cruise, which is 4 years included. Blue Cruise is hands-free driving on the interstate. All you have to do is when you're on the interstate, you turn on your cruise control. It is a map zone. If you're in a blue zone, which is 99% of all interstates in North America, it's going to give you an option for Blue Cruise, and you can take your hands off the wheel. We do have a 360 camera. Now you do have 360 perimeter sensing. Makes taking these little U-turns and backing into spots a breeze, and on a lot when we have over 500 vehicles. It helps me out a lot because before I started working here, I was not the best at parking vehicles, believe it or not. But as we take a drive here, one thing that I like to do, once you get into a higher trim level in the Nautilus, you do have the massage seat option. But what's cool is it's not just the massage seats. There is 24 ways you can adjust these seats. You can really tailor it to you. But as I'm driving, with one press of a button, I now have my massage seats on. And what you'll see in the future, when we take this on the interstate to go on Blue Cruise, you'll notice these leg extenders make a big difference if you're a big cruise control user like I am. And I'll show you that here shortly. So as we're taking the Nautilus for a drive, you'll notice you have two touchpads on the steering wheel. What's cool is I don't have to look down at the steering wheel. On the screen there, it shows me my options. So if I want to go through with volume changes, change through my stations, or even use the voice command, I can do that all while keeping my eyes on the road. Now you also have your cruise control and your lane keeping system. And what you'll see in a moment, we're actually going to take it on the interstate, and I'm going to demonstrate the hands-free driving for you. So we're on the interstate with the Nautilus, going down 95. You'll notice on the screen, I just got an indicator, Blue Cruise is available. So what I'll do to activate Blue Cruise is on my touchpad, I just have to turn on my cruise control. Once the cruise control is on, you'll see a blue steering wheel pop up that says you are now hands-free. Takes a moment for it to pick it up that we are on the interstate, and there we go. So at this point now, my foot is off the gas, I'm letting cruise control do everything, and I have the option to take my hands off the wheel. And the vehicle has an option to change lanes on its own, or I can make it change lanes by using the blinker. You'll see this. This is actually a camera, and it's making sure I'm looking out of the windshield. If I look down for a few seconds, it's okay, but if I look over too long, it's gonna tell me to keep my eyes back on the road. But right now we are fully hands-free. What's cool is if a big vehicle were to pass me, like a semi or maybe a tractor trailer, you'll see those lines on the screen. It'll show me that the vehicle will hug one side of the lane until that big vehicle passes, and it'll recenter me. And as soon as we get a little room here, I'd love to show you how it'll change lanes on its own as well. And a little bit of traffic on 95. So I'm gonna up the speed a little bit. Blue Cruise works as long as your cruise control is set for 80 or below. If I want to adjust the amount of car links between me and the car in front of me, I just go right back to my trackpad, and I can add or reduce the amount of car links between me and that vehicle. You'll notice there's a semi passing me on my left. If you see the lines, it's actually hugging the right side of this lane, and then when the semi passes, it'll recenter. And then if I want to go ahead and get over, I just let the vehicle know I want to change lanes. It'll change lanes on its own while remaining hands-free, and then it'll recenter. So if you're a music lover like me, the Lincoln Nautilus and the Black Label has Hardin & Cardon's elite lineup, which is called Revel Ultimate Audio. There is 28 speakers in this vehicle, and you can hear just about every one of them. It's a pretty cool little add-on. So after you get done with your drive, you can pull in, and the Lincoln Nautilus, it's gonna have Rejuvenate. What Rejuvenate is, it's a spa on wheels. You've got, incorporates the heated and cooled seats, the digital scent, it'll turn on your massage for you. And if you press start, it puts my seat all the way back, and it guides you through a meditation. You can sit like this.
Welcome to this emergency call. Chances are, if you're playing this session, you're in need of immediate stress relief.
So to adjust the vents on a Lincoln Nautilus, you'll see here, click your center button. Right now, I have my vents on automatic motion. So they're oscillating with me. I don't even have to change them. But if you want to manually move where they're at, you can do it right here on the screen. It gives you some cool preset options where you can do off body, on body, or if you're like me, you can put yours in motion as well. So you just let it go.